Hello, I'm a Mac.
Hello, I'm a PC.
We have a lot in common these days.
We both run a Microsoft Office. We share files. It's great. We just get along.
Hey, what's up? You know, computers have been around for many years. There are thousands of companies that create up the computer world. Now, there are two major companies that split up the computer world. It's Apple and Microsoft. This is PC versus Mac. Check it out.
To create a website, try out my built-in camera. I can do it all right out of the box, so what about you?
Well, first I got to download those new drivers, and I got to erase the trial software that came on my hard drive.
Sweet.
Many years ago, a couple of guys had ideas about creating their own computer company, and they were Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Now, as the computer world was rising, so was Macintosh. But if you just wonder about Microsoft, well, they weren't doing as well. Microsoft was just another 2-bit company. But as soon as Microsoft injected themselves into Mac, things changed. Over the years, Gates and Jobs were kind of buddies, you would say. But until 1984, when their Super Bowl commercial came out, things changed.
We shall prevail.
Now, if you wonder what are Macs good for, well, they're pretty much good for anything. But they're really good for art. That's from graphic design to filming and audio and photography. Now, some of you are used to using PCs. Well, you can say that PCs are your high-performance types. There are thousands of people that use high-performance computers to play video games, create 3D design, and run your everyday internet. Alright, that's PC versus Mac. This is Justin signing off the WC. See you later.
Hey Warriors, have you seen the construction around lately? I know you can't miss it. Want to know what it is?
As you know, we recently passed a new bond package in GPISD, which big emphasis on that for South Grand Prairie were several things. One being an additional science lab area. We have entirely too many science teachers that do not have adequate facilities to conduct lab experiments in. By TEA policy, we're required to have at least 40% hands-on lab activities, and we teachers don't have the facilities to do that. That makes it very difficult. So the newest construction you see out on the east side of the building is 16 additional science classrooms. A little further back to the southwest is a new student activity center, which we're also very proud of. It's going to allow us to have a facility, an all-weather facility where our drill teams can work out, our ballet folklorico, our JROTC, our cheerleaders, just with all of the organizations and extracurricular activities going on. We're a little strapped for space basically at South right now, so that's going to open up a big area for more student organizations to participate and have some room to move around.
Is there any construction that we have not seen so far?
Only the new Student Performance Center. And they've kind of got that area roped off over there to the west, taking up some teacher parking, which is never a popular thing, but actually there's going to be a very big building there, and it is a beautiful piece of architecture. It's going to be very, very nice for the community.
So there you have it. Now you know what all the construction's about. This is Roby McNeill signing off for the WBC.
Damn.
Good luck keeping up.
What's going on here?
Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing.
Why so serious? Now that's more like it, Mr. Wayne.
It's time to turn to one man.
How do I know you're not Control?
If I were Control, you'd already be dead.
If you were Control, you'd already be dead.
Neither of us is dead, so I'm obviously not from Control.
That actually makes sense.
Missed it by that much.
Dude.
Who's that? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! No! Let's get out of here! Get the snacks! Food! 2 roll-ups!
We are gonna hunt these guys down.
Whoa, whoa! I gotta get to a boat, man! Come on!
No! I think we should stay.
Why?
So I'm in the dumpster already.
This ain't gonna be easy. Not as easy as it used to be. Damn, I thought that was closer.
Alright, well, you see me play basketball. I'm pretty tired, so I'm not very good. But the NBA playoffs are coming up, and the regular season just ended. Let's take a look at what happened. Okay, so here's a rundown of the NBA season in less than a minute and a half. Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen were traded to the Boston Celtics to team up with Paul Pierce to make the deadliest trio in the NBA. They walked away with the best record in the league this year. Greg Oden was drafted #1 overall, but sat out the entire year due to injury, while #2 pick Kevin Durant went on to have a great season with the Seattle Supersonics. The Bulls and Heat had a dismal start, while the upstart Blazers had a 13-game winning streak. Dwight Howard played his best impersonation of Clark Kent and won the slam dunk contest. Yao Ming went down, while the Rockets went up with a 22-game win streak. To keep up with the rising West, the Lakers traded for Paul Gasol, the Suns for Shaq, and the Mavs for Jason Kidd. The rise of Chris Paul, the steady play of Kobe and LeBron, and KG's jumpstart led to one of the closest MVP races of all time. 9 teams went over 500 games in the West, but only 8 made it. The Knicks have a new head coach, and Seattle might be out of a team. So now it's the playoffs. Time for the real drama to begin. Who do you think should be the MVP?
I think Chris Paul really deserves to be an MVP because he's done so much for the Hornets over the past 2 years. But I feel like they're going to give it to Kobe.
Which team has the best chance of winning the NBA title?
I have to say the Spurs, just because they have the experience to do it, and they still have Tim Duncan. So
I would say the Celtics because they're the best team. They have 3 great players on their team, and I think it should be easy for them to win.
Was it smart for the Suns and Mavericks to make those midseason trades?
It was a horrible idea for both teams because the Mavericks should have kept Devin Harris because Devin Harris is quick enough to keep up with Chris Paul and Tony Parker. For the Suns, I think it was a bad idea too because Shawn Marion is much more agile than Shaq is, and Amari Stoudemire is a better center than Shaq is right now.
Alright, this is Stephen Cox signing off for the WBC. Have a great day.
On Thursday, April 24, 2008, SGP held its 3rd open mic night in the Galleria. Hosted by Miss Jordan, Miss Moore, and Mr. Villarreal, it turned out to be a bigger event than was planned. Close to 100 students showed up for coffee, muffins, and first-rate art and poetry. The performances ranged from original poems, to music performances, to quick-draw artists, and even some of the just plain weird. There was also a special guest performance by our own Mr. Phillips. Most of the students performed their own original work displaying the wide variety of style in our school. During the performance, 2 of SGP's artists worked for about an hour and a half on a live performance painting. It was truly an amazing night. Here is just some of what you missed.
Make your flow stick with my heart. Make your flow tear me apart. Inspire me, require me.
As I see the passers-by look through me as I fade, fortuneless. The hair in my face, wind in my face. No wind in my hair, the hair blowing, the wind blowing, dreadlocks in my eyes, not wind or wind.
Because they're being taken away to a far, far away place by only the words of a person standing behind a microphone. Someone like you, or someone like you, or maybe even me. You see, when I'm up here laying it down for you like I am right now, I just want to make you snap.
quizzing each other over dueling dictionaries and encyclopedias and having cutthroat Scrabble wars, and you always accusing me of cheating, but I still swear that ishkabibble is a real word.
I am God, not black or white, not pure or pristine, corrupt or anything between. I'm only me. That's all I want to be.
Everybody in this room, the finest artists of SGP, had one thing in mind.
Art!
This is Todd.
Sign up for the WBC!
Are you ready to get out of here and into college? Are your grades and attendance starting to slip because of it? Chances are, you have senioritis.
Do you have senioritis?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long have you had senioritis?
I've had senioritis since I stepped into school the first day of school.
I've had it for a while, but the past couple of months it's hit me pretty hard.
I started sometime last year. Since about the beginning of the year.
What is senioritis?
Senioritis is like ready for graduation, just not wanting to be at school anymore.
Or you don't want to be here and you don't want to do anything.
Senioritis is when you get lazy and you just don't want to do your work or show up to school.
What are the consequences of senioritis?
Your grades slip really bad, or at least mine did. And you come to school looking like this.
I know senioritis can affect you whenever you go to college. Grades dropping, not getting exempt, not getting accepted to colleges you want.
And go. This is Richard, signing off for the WBC.
How many times have you been late?
Consequences are too big, and that's something I don't need to deal with my senior year.
Too many times, but this year I've been late about 3 times.
I've been tardy a couple times just because the weather was real bad and it was raining. I couldn't sort my way through traffic on time, so.
Have you ever skipped?
I have not ever. I've never skipped any class or school before, except for the Barack Obama rally.
Consequences for skipping really aren't that bad. I mean, they really don't even notice if you don't come.
I just want to let you know the attendance office heard your last couple answers, so they wanted to check with you down there and verify your absences.
There's over 5,000 students late every year, which could lead to skipping or even worse, dropping out. What leads to truancy?
What leads to truancy usually falls in the range of just giving up. There's a lot of drug use.
How big of an issue is truancy?
You asked how big of an issue is it? It's pretty big, primarily with seniors and juniors, because they begin to drive and you can leave campus or you can arrive later and that sort of thing. So truancy is a big problem.
So basically you're looking at detention, Saturday school, ISS, or tickets that cost up to $50 to $100. Well, this is Tessa Hansbro, sign off for WBC. Don't be late.
So seniors, graduation is coming up. What are you going to be doing after graduation? Me, I'm going to be at Project Graduation. It's a party held by the school district for both South and GP. It's going to be held at Lone Star Park, where it's going to be a party. There's going to be casino tables, food, machines. There's even going to be prizes. But the catch is, it starts at 12 o'clock. You can't leave until 4. You can leave, but you can't come back. In order to get any of the prizes, you have to stay all the way through the night. And it's an alcohol-free environment. Some of the prizes are going to be a microwave, a TV, an alarm clock, movie passes, gift cards, an iPod, and a camera. You're allowed to bring one guest, only one, and that's it. And scholarships, some of those will be given out at the end of the night. Usually they vary between $200 and $250, and they'll try and give out as many as possible. But here goes a little extra. You must be a graduating senior, and you also must be 18. If you're not, then you have to be dropped off by your parents. And you have to bring $10 to get in. You also must bring your ID. Alright, well there you go guys. Hope to see you at project graduation. This is Christian signing off for the WBC.